digas que te tienes que ir. Eres dueño de mi corazón, es decir, tú eres lo que más quiero. Quiero que te quedes aquí, no digas que te tienes que ir. Eres dueño de mi corazón, es decir, tú eres lo que más quiero.
Hola everybody, buenas tardes. How are you? This is Abelardo de la Peña Jr., Director of Marketing and Communications here at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, and we welcome you to En Casa con La Plaza. Today a great show in store for all of you who are joining us from everywhere. If you can, if you're on Facebook, start a watch party. Put it on your page. I'll be doing the same. If you're on Zoom, thank you so much. Let us know where you're coming from. Just jot down on your on the comments page or on the chat. Let us know where you're coming from. If you have a comment or a question, put it on there because this is an interactive place. We're broadcasting from our casa here at La Plaza, and we're also broadcasting from our guests' casa as well. Mexican-American art pop with Nancy Sanchez, singer-songwriter. Welcome, Nancy.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you. ¿Cómo estás, Abelardo?
Estoy bien.
Muy bien.
We're going to get it going here, but first, let's find out a little bit about Nancy. Nancy, tell us a little bit about your background. We're going to be sharing some slides here, some PowerPoints. So tell us about Nancy, please.
Well, first I was born, and I was actually born in Toluca, Mexico. Soy mexicana. Y, well, I am the oldest sister of 3 siblings. And I migrated to the United States when I was 4 years old. I had very young parents who said, vámonos. And we landed in California, in Orange County. And yeah, that's where I've made my home. But right now I live in East LA. So, you know, from a very young age, I started just being very, very obsessed with music. And I think it has something to do with having a musical father. My father is also a musician. He's a singer and he's a guitar player. And yeah, like I started just being very, very drawn to music at a young age, but also to the songwriting aspect of music when I was very young. I have a story that my father tells me all the time, that when we took a 3.5 day, ¿cómo se dice? Como un camión, like bus ride from Toluca to Tijuana when we were coming to the United States, I wrote a song called La Bandera de los Estados Unidos. And it's because I was always asking, like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And my dad was always telling me, like, ya casi vamos a llegar a los Estados Unidos y la bandera de los Estados Unidos tiene estrellas, tiene, ¿cómo se dice? Tiene líneas rojas y blancas y siempre, you know, he was always telling me about the flag of the United States and how beautiful it was. And so I wrote a song as a 4-year-old called La Bandera de los Estados Unidos. And I think that is where it all started.
All right. Well, excuse us here.
I'm sorry. I think we can hear.
Okay, good. Well,
yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Tell us a little bit about your journey with music beyond that, and how you got started. Maybe doing it, going on stage, playing for friends, going to school.
Well, you know, I was always writing down lyrics and writing down melodies. And it wasn't until I actually, I was put in a mariachi I guess, like after school program in Orange County. I remember as a young teenager, um, that's when I really was exposed to the more of the theory behind music. I was exposed to playing in a group, and I actually picked up the guitar more seriously then. And my first performances were mariachi performances. I think I was already gigging as a teenager. I was playing with like teenage mariachi bands all over the place, and that really kind of solidified my passion for Mexican music, and it also opened up the world of music education for me. And when I decided to go to community college after high school, I started looking into music classes, and I started looking into different classes that were going to appeal to me and that were going to be useful for me for songwriting. So I went to Fullerton College, and I started studying vocal jazz. I did vocal stylings classes. I took theory classes, and that was really a really important part of my music education and part of my life, because from there I just kind of I was exposed to other things other than what I was only exposed to at home, which was a lot of Latin music. So I started actually listening to a lot of jazz. I started studying music more seriously, and then I started performing. I started I put a band together in college, and we were asked to play around town, and I had like it started off as a pop band, but then it became a jazz band, and I started singing jazz for a while.
And you got a degree.
And I got a degree as well. But I didn't get a degree like right away. I actually took my time because I decided that I wanted to perform a lot, and I wanted to kind of hone my skills as a songwriter and as a singer and as a guitar player. But finishing my degree was always in the back of my head. So finally 3-4 years ago, I decided like I really want to finish my degree, and I went back to school, and I actually applied to Cal State LA. So I am a Cal State LA grad. I graduated last year in the music department. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's check that graduation photo out here.
There it is.
Young, gifted, and Chicana. And your degree was in what again?
It's in vocal jazz.
And what does that entail, vocal jazz? A lot of...
Well, I took all the classes that a music degree required, like all the theory, all the harmony classes, the conducting classes, the music history. But I was able to study privately with a vocalist, like a jazz vocalist. And I did my recital with like jazz songs and a jazz band as well.
Okay, and here's a little photograph of some of your professors. Tell us who they are, please.
Okay, I don't know all the professors there because I really just know the head of the department, Dr. Moss. And actually, the one next to me in red, he was my conducting professor. And the one at the end is also a professor, but he's not in music. And so yeah, that was my graduation last year. And the picture you showed before was me holding my hat, and actually my sister made. So I was really proud of that cap.
Nice.
We wanted to do a little bit of like Chicana meets Nina Simone.
All right. Well, right now let's talk about one of the songs that you're going to play. In fact, let's hear it. It's called "In Other Words," and we'll show a couple photographs associated with that. So, tell us a little bit about the song, and let's hear it.
Yeah. Well, this song is very special because I was asked to write a song for a movie. This is a movie that's going to be out next month. Actually, next month is basically tomorrow, but it's going to be coming out on the 8th. It's called In Other Words, and it's a very romantic and very cute film that I'm really proud to be a part of. And I got to write the title track of the movie. So this is called In Other Words. There's no way around it, I'm smitten by you. Every time I'm near you, I don't know what to do. Left or right, can't swipe the thought of you. I wasn't waiting for love to come around. With just one text, now I am love bound. Can't resist your awkward romantic ways. In other words, I need you to stay, 'cause I can't help but feeling this way. In other words, you make my life complete. In other words, you're perfect for me. When it comes to love, there are no borders, especially when she's the one. My heart saying you're the one. We'll conquer the world forever. In other words, I need you to stay, 'cause I can't help but feeling this way. In other words, you make my life complete. In other words, you're perfect for me. In other words, I need you to stay, 'cause I can't help but feeling this way. In other words, you make my life complete. In other words, you're perfect for me. In other words, you're perfect for me. In other words, you're perfect for me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's show a screen.
Yes, let's show yes. And I just want to give a quick shout out to Patrick Perez and Cristina Nava, director and writer, their husband and wife team, and they are the ones that created this amazing film. It's called In Other Words. It's going to be out on the 8th. And actually, I just sang the song by myself, but I miss my duet partner. His name is Raimundo, and he's from La Voz USA Season 1, and I was really, really lucky that I got to have him. He was on, like, Team Fonsi, and, so it was a really, really good experience working with Raimundo and working with Patrick and Christina on this film. There he is. You know, we just finished shooting a quick music video for this song last night, actually. We were socially distant, and we were at the Resident LA, and you're seeing me and Raimundo in there. This is a really cute little bungalow trailer that they turned into a bar, and we shot some scenes there, and we're doing a music video that's gonna also promote the film, because we're gonna put like little scenes from the film in the music video.
Oh, very nice. And what was Raimundo's contribution to this?
He sang the first verse of the song, so he duetted with me.
All right.
So if you guys go and check out my new album, La Gran Civilización, I have In Other Words in there, and you'll get to hear the full arrangement with Raimundo and with a full band. And since we're in quarantine, unfortunately, I can't play with my band right now, but it's okay. It's also on Spotify, so you guys follow me on Spotify.
Fantastic. Okay, well, we have here another song that you're going to be singing.
Yes.
Hasta que todos estamos a salvo. And then we'll show a couple photographs associated with that song. So.
Yes, I was actually going to do Domingo Siete.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's do Domingo 7.
Let's do that one. Let me switch instruments here.
Sure. In the meantime, thank you all who've tuned in on Zoom or on Facebook. I'm doing it all today, and for some reason, things are not, it's live. So things aren't quite working out the way we like them to, all smooth transitions and all that, but you got to enjoy the music. And we're so happy that Nancy's here with us, and we're so happy that you're all with us.
Yes. Well, you know, that's what happens with live. You just kind of go with the flow. You don't know what's going to happen. That's what it's like exciting about it. But, well, actually, this song is called Domingo 7, and this song is actually on the series Vida. If you guys have Stars, you guys can check out Vida, and it got to be in the 3rd and final season of this show. Special thanks to Tanya Saracho, who had me actually, I had a little cameo on there, which was amazing because, you know, it's always good to be included. So, yeah, so this is part of the series Vida. I just read somewhere, somebody said, I love Vida. Hey, I can actually read some comments. I'm excited. So this is called Domingo 7. It's the story of young Maritza, que no tiene quinceañera. They didn't give her a quinceañera porque salió con su Domingo 7. And if you're a Latina out there, you know what I'm talking about. We could talk about it afterwards. Here we go.
Está un poquito confundida, quiere leche con café. Todos los homies del barrio la quisieran conocer. Marisa está bien bonita, pero no sabe qué hacer. Solo tiene ojos para el mero, mero cantinero de la calle. Le dicen Little Batito porque está un poquito loquito. Ella no quiere quinceañera, ya no quiere fiesta, ya no quiere party. Se la pasa con Vanessa, depilándose la ceja. No me vayas a salir, gritaba su mamá con ese Domingo 7, 7. No me vayas a salir, gritaba su mamá con ese Domingo 7, 7. De verano, Maritza se escapó, se fue con Little Batito, a ninguno le importó. Con los ángeles del cielo, con la mota y el sudor, se acercaron en la calle, junto del retrovisor. Solo tiene ojos para el mero, mero cantinero de la calle. Le dice Little Batito porque está un poquito loquito. Ya no quiere quinceañera, ya no quiere fiesta, ya no quiere party. Se la pasa con Vanessa, depilándose la ceja. No me vayas a salir, gritaba su mamá con ese Domingo 7, 7. No me vayas a salir, gritaba su mamá con ese Domingo 7, 7. 4 semanas después se enteró que iba a tener, que iba a parir un hijo, pero el Little Batito no quería nada que ver. Ahora, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Eres todavía un bebé, Yo tengo a tus hermanitos y todavía están chiquitos y me piden de comer, de comer. Solo tiene ojos para el mero, mero cantinero de la calle. Le dicen irubatito porque está un poquito loquito. Ya no quiere quinceañera, ya no quiere fiesta, ya no quiere party. Se la pasa con Vanessa, depilándose las cejas. Solo tiene ojos para el mero, mero cantinero de la party. Se la pasa con Vanessa, depilándose las cejas. Ya no quiere quinceañera, ya no quiere fiesta, ya no quiere party. Se la pasa con Vanessa, depilándose las cejas. No me vayas a salir, gritaba su mamá con ese domingo 7, 7. No me vayas a salir, gritaba su mamá con ese domingo 7, 7. No me vayas a salir, gritaba su mamá con ese domingo 7, 7, 7, 7.
Incredible. Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
What instrument are you playing there?
Oh, yes, yes. I'm playing a vihuela. This is a 5-string guitar for mariachi. It has a little kind of bowl round back here. And it's used in every mariachi. I mean, if you've seen a mariachi, they have a vihuela, they have a guitarrón, violins, trumpets. Guitar is optional, actually, really. I think vihuela, you can pretty much pull off a full gig with vihuela. I have another one up there. But yeah, I love the vihuela. I started playing the vihuela in the mariachi groups when I was a teenager, and this one's my companion. This is my songwriting buddy right here.
Right. Do you have a name for him or her?
No, I don't. I should. I know, a lot of musicians do. I need to think of one, right. Definitely.
You need to change instruments right now, or
Yes, I do.
Go right ahead. All right. Well, just to let you know, Nancy Sanchez has appeared at La Plaza a couple, 2-3 years ago. We did have a fundraiser for the hurricane victims in Puerto Rico and also earthquake victims of the Mexico City. And it was an all-star cast with Nancy Sanchez and her group, Quetzal, a lot of people that were brought together by our great friend Beto Arcos, who also has a series here on En Casa con La Plaza, and he'll be on live in a couple weeks. So stay tuned for that announcement. Now, was that last song, was it from your album, La Gran Civilización?
Actually, no, that one is from American Novio. That's my second to last album. But it also has new life because it's on the show Vida. So it's part of that series.
Okay, well, let's transition now. Tell us a little bit about your newest album.
Well, I'm currently promoting my new album. It's called La Gran Civilización, and I'm really excited. We actually put it out like maybe a few months ago, but right in the beginning of quarantine, I said, well, we're stuck here, so might as well be productive. And I ended up just finishing up the album and putting it out like a month after we were officially in quarantine. So it's called, like, yeah, there it is. Shout out to Moby Arts, Pablo Damas for the awesome artwork, and all the musicians that actually participated in this album. I have a lot of special guests in this project, ranging from Flor de Toloache from New York City, Las Colibrí from Los Angeles, the band Cuñao, my friend Olmeca, who's currently in Las Vegas, but he's an LA native who co-wrote La Gran Civilización with me.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Well, is this, are we going to go into another song now from the...
Yes. Actually, let's do Hasta que todos estemos a salvo.
Right.
And this is actually a new song that I have. And this is just inspired by all the protesters that went out into the streets after the George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all the injustices that we experienced during this this time. And I was so inspired by all the people that just went into the streets to protest and to just speak out about it, that this song emerged, because si hay injusticia en algún lugar, entonces hay injusticia en todas partes. So that is basically the main idea of the song. Hasta que todos estemos a salvo, vamos a estar bien. So here we go.
Se oye un grito en la ciudad, la gente sale a manifestar y a usar sus voces, a alzar sus voces contra el abuso de poder, contra el racismo y la violencia policial. Ya no se puede respirar mientras que exista la discriminación y la opresión. No vamos a parar hasta que todos estemos a salvo, hasta que todos estemos a salvo. Mientras que exista la discriminación y la opresión, no vamos a parar hasta que todos estemos a salvo, hasta que todos estemos a salvo. Bienvenidos a la nueva realidad. Mentiras amenazan la libertad. El racismo está institucionalizado. Vamos a volver a repetir el pasado. Desde Los Ángeles a Nueva York, desde Chicago, Ámsterdam, Canadá y Madrid. La gente va a resistir mientras que exista la discriminación y la opresión. No vamos a parar hasta que todos estemos a salvo, hasta que todos estemos a salvo. Mientras que exista la discriminación y la opresión, no vamos a parar hasta que todos estemos a salvo, hasta que todos estemos a salvo, hasta que todos estemos a salvo, hasta que todos estemos a salvo. Hay que respetar todas las vidas. Hay que respetar toda mi gente de color. Somos el tejido de la sociedad, el oro negro de la libertad. Hasta que todos estemos a salvo, hasta que todos estemos a salvo, hasta que todos estemos a salvo, hasta que todos estemos a salvo.
Wow. Beautiful.
Gracias, Abelardo.
Speaking of standing up for justice,
Yeah.
we have a photograph we want to share of someone who's also a friend of La Plaza de Cultura y Artes and who has been out there in the front lines forever, who epitomizes social justice, protesting, being active, and here you go. Why don't you tell us about this photograph, please?
I'm here with the great Dolores Huerta. I think this is a benefit show that we did for the KPFK Hero Awards. And I also performed for her 86th birthday. She just turned 90 this year. So I was there for her 86th birthday. And I got to sing Las Mañanitas for her. And of course, she's one of my heroes. So every opportunity I have to see her, I'm just like, selfie. Oh, selfie. Dolores. She's just such an inspiration to us, to the whole world right now. We should all follow her lead. And she is 90 years young and she's still going strong. Like that makes me feel like, all right, there's longevity in this fight, that we can keep fighting and till we're 90 years old, like Dolores.
Right. And we have another photograph here with a couple other upstanding community activists, but also entertainers, artivists. Tell us a little bit about this one.
There we go. Okay, that is with Ernie and Lalo Alcaraz. Ernie did a fundraiser for for DACA, actually, and this was a couple years ago. I have like no concept of time, but yes, it was a couple years ago, and of course, I have a lot of respect for DACA recipients, and I actually have another song that I'm not gonna play today, but it's called No Tengo Miedo that I wrote for the DACA students that are in the program right now. So it was a really fun experience. I wore a blue hairpiece. I was going I got inspired by Gaga, maybe, I'm not sure. but there I am with these wonderful, wonderful people.
All right, beautiful. And both Lalo and Ernie G have been prior guests of En Casa con La Plaza. So you could check out their sessions on our YouTube channel, on our which is at La Plaza LA, on our Facebook, and also on our website, laplazala.org. So that's a little promotion for us. And you'll find this, the recording of this session as well, an hour, maybe two after that. You'll see it on Facebook, of course, but then you could also check it out on YouTube and on our website.
Very good.
What's next, Nancy?
Okay, well, now I'm going to sing a song from my latest album. It's this song is called No Siento Nada. This is dedicated to all my girls out there who are breaking up with somebody. This is called No Siento Nada. I feel nothing. Here we go.
Y me sirve una copa de vino. Tú me miras, yo te miro. En el espejo lo que era importante no tiene sentido. Mis anillos, me maquillo y no siento nada. Ese arroz ya se coció, esta llama terminó, siento nada. Fundió y no sé cómo pasó. Últimamente ya no sé lo que estoy haciendo contigo. Tú me gritas, yo te grito. Lleno la casa de cosas vacías con un desconocido. El sonido del olvido y no siento nada. Este arroz ya se coció, esta llama terminó, siento nada. Esta luz ya se fundió y no sé cómo pasó. Lo llevo amarrado en una lancha en alta mar. Lo meto en un armario, no lo pueden sacar. Junto a la ropa vieja y los diamantes de mamá. Esos ojos azules que yo quiero olvidar. Me aviento un clavado y no puedo nadar. Con todo lo olvidado, madrugo hasta el final. Detallo los tatuajes, pero no te paran de... No siento nada. Este arroz ya se coció, esta llama terminó, siento nada. Esta luz ya se fundió y no sé cómo pasó, no siento nada, 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 nada. Este arroz ya
inicio, esta llama terminó siendo nada, 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 nada. Esta luz ya se fundió y no sé cómo pasó. Esta luz ya se fundió y no sé cómo pasó, cómo pasó. Esta luz ya se fundió y no sé cómo pasó.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
That was some incredible production there. Who produced the cut?
That is a great question. That was Joaquin Pacheco, who's actually my partner, and he's also helping me with sound right now. So that's Joaquin Pacheco production right there.
Right. And you talked about your band. Who regularly backs you up?
Well, I have a new band. It was supposed to be a new band, but then we got shut down, and then here we are. I have a piano player, Jonathan Montes, who's an excellent pianist. He does salsa. That guy does everything. I have Abo Gundmoraya. See, I'm going to mess up his last name. It's really hard to say. I just say Abo. He plays excellent bass. And you know what? My drummer, David, when this whole COVID started, he was like, that's it. I'm going back to Puerto Rico. Bye. So he left to Puerto Rico.
Now he got hurricaned.
Yeah, well, I think he's better right now. I think he wanted to go back home and just kind of wait this out with family. So,
Sure.
yeah.
All right. So what are we going to listen to next?
A ver. Okay, this next track is a fun track that actually my friend Kennedy produced. It's called Imparable, and I dedicate this song to all everybody out there who's just fearless, unstoppable, especially my mujeres, because there's so many of you who are working full time, who are single mothers, who are daughters, who are students, who are doing so much. So this is out to all my ladies who are just unstoppable, and this song is called Imparable. Here we go. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro, imparable, imparable, nunca paro, imparable, imparable, nunca paro, imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Nunca paro, nunca paro. No me doy por vencida. Yo soy indestructible. La reina de la calle, la que te rompe el corazón. No me doy por vencida. Yo soy inquebrantable. Mírame cuando paso, la que te rompe el corazón. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Nunca paro, nunca paro. La vida nunca es fácil. Siempre hay momentos duros. Me caigo y me levanto, pero siempre me regreso. Yo soy incomparable. Nunca pido permiso. Siempre seré yo misma. Me río ante el peligro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Nunca paro, nunca paro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro. Nunca paro, nunca paro. Una maravilla te puso en mi camino para darme un imparable, nunca paro, imparable, imparable, nunca paro, nunca paro, nunca paro. Imparable, imparable, nunca paro, imparable, imparable, nunca paro, imparable, imparable, nunca paro, imparable, imparable, nunca paro, nunca paro, nunca paro.
Nice.
Solo paro, Abelardo, cuando acaba la canción. Ahí sí paro, pero normalmente nunca paro.
I could see that. That was incredible. That was a driving rocker. That was I loved it.
Yeah, you know what? I wanted this like droney kind of like imparable, imparable, like, because that's what I think of when I'm unstoppable. It's like this constant drum beat. So that's the whole point of the song.
To tell you some of the comments, Viviana Andrade, badass.
Oh, gracias.
Sara Truher Carpenter, love this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
And Michelle Santisteban is asking, when will your new album be out?
It's already out. It is out. Please follow me on Spotify under Nancy Sanchez, and you'll be able to hear my new album, La Gran Civilización, which has a lot of the songs that I'm playing right now. But you're also going to be able to hear all my previous albums as well. But this one specifically because it's new.
Well, tell us, the name of this program is Mexican American Pop, Art Pop.
Yeah.
Why do you call it that to describe your music?
Okay, well, I always get the question. I've been getting this question since I started writing my first songs and I recorded my first album. What genre are you? That's the inevitable question that I always get. And really, the genre that I am is whatever I'm feeling at that moment and whatever I record. So for this album, I specifically said, okay, well, what am I? Let me just try to describe this album. So Mexican American, because I'm Mexican American. Art, because I feel like when I write, it's art. When I express myself through words, through music, through melodies, I'm creating art. So that's why I chose art. And pop, because I think that the songs that I'm writing, I think they're very much pop in that, like, they kind of fuse a lot of things that I love together, and they're some are danceable, some are sad. They range in emotions, and I think that's what my definition of popular music is out there. So that's why it's Mexican American art pop. And one of my favorite songwriters, his name is Kevin Johansen. I think he's from Argentina. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark Torres. Is he from Argentina, Kevin Johansen? Yes. So Kevin Johansen described himself as, él dijo, yo soy un desgenerado, which I thought that was brilliant. Un desgenerado, not degenerado, because the degenerado is the bad word, right? Pero desgenerado means without genre. And I thought that was so brilliant. So now I'm quoting Kevin Johansen, yo soy una desgenerada, with no genre.
Nice. Well, when they ask me how old I am, I say, sin cuenta.
Boom. Bueno, tú eres 50 y yo soy una desgenerada.
Well, let's do another song before we take some more questions, because we got
Okay.
a few comments. Chris Martel, love you, Nancy. Chris Martel, fire. So let's hear.
Gracias, Chris. Well, I'm gonna do a song. It's called Oídos, and I co-wrote this song with a wonderful artist from Mexico City. Her name is Madame Recamier. She was here in Los Angeles. We got together to hang out, and I said, hey, let's write a song together. And she's like, okay, let's do it. And out came this song. It's called Oídos, and it has a son jarocho feel. And we have a band from Mexico City. They actually work in Mexico City, but they're originally from Las Charcas de Veracruz. They're called Sensación Jarocha, and they were so sweet. They were nice enough to put a background arrangement to our song, basically. So this is called Oídos. We have harp, and we have the wonderful Rocío Marón from Los Angeles. Do you know Rocío Marón, Abelardo?
Not yet.
Oh, I gotta hook you up with Rocío Marón. She's amazing violinist. She's played on with a lot of great mariachis, and she's done a lot of TV shows. I think she did American Idol. She's done a lot of really awesome stuff.
Did she play
And the
with
voice.
Quetzal for a while?
I'm sorry?
She played with Quetzal for a while?
She did play with Quetzal for a while. Yes, she did.
Very altita like that? Very...
Oh, yes.
Okay, yes, I do.
Oh, so you know her. You know her. So you'll hear a violinist in the track, and that's Rocío Marón, who helped us with the violin solo. So this is called Oídos. Here we go. Tengo oídos, para ti los uso. Tengo ojos, para ti los abro. Tengo manos y te las regalo. Tengo labios y te desengaño. Tengo miedo de quererte tanto. Enloquezco con solo pensarlo. Si me miras, alumbras mis pasos. Si me besas, siento que me desmayo. Si sientes lo mismo de a dónde nos vimos, de a dónde nos vimos por primera vez, si ahí yo te encuentro, será verdadero y ya no dudaré. Tengo oídos, para ti los uso. Tengo ojos, para ti los abro. Tengo miedo de quererte tanto. Enloquezco con solo pensarlo. Si me miras, alumbras mis pasos. Si me besas, siento que me desmayo. Si sientes lo mismo de a dónde nos vimos, de a dónde nos vimos por primera vez, si ahí yo te encuentro, será verdadero y ya no dudaré. Rocío Marón. ¡Epa! Tengo mucho miedo de quererte tanto. Ay, enloquezco con solo pensarlo. Tengo oídos, tengo ojos, para ti los uso, solo para ti. Ya no dudaré de tu amor, ya no dudaré.
Very nice. That was beautiful.
Gracias, gracias.
I'm going to share a photo that you sent to us. Tell us a little bit about this.
Okay. Ah, there we go. This is in front of Bellas Artes in Mexico City. That was the day we shot the music video for this song, Oídos. And it was the sweetest music video because it was just me, my friend Madame Recamier. We were shooting around the city with one of her friends who had this camera, and we were improvising pretty much the whole music video. And she said to me, you know what, let's go to Bellas Artes. Está bien bonito ahí, a ver si podemos filmar. So I said, okay, let's do it. And of course, you know, it's such a beautiful place to be, and you can check out the music video on YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll be able to see Oídos, the finished product, basically there.
And tell us what is your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel is Nancy Sanchez Music.
Okay, there you go. Simple enough. All right. Well, we have let's see, another song here, and you do it along with another friends of La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. Tell us a little bit about this next song.
Well, you know, I'm all about girl power right now, and I've been really enjoying my time performing with a lot of females, and this next group is no exception. They're actually LA based. The musical director is Susie Garcia, and she has a mariachi. They're called Las Colibri, and there we are. We're performing there at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. We did this event. It was called Quinceañera Reimagined. So we got to perform it. I got to perform this next song that I'm going to be performing for you guys with them live for the first time. And there they are. This is Mariachi Las Colibri. So this is a very, very special song because I miss them. I miss the girls. I've been playing with them for a few years now, and we do a lot of gigs around town. And it's so much fun just playing with like talented girls with this like feminine, like there's a very feminine vibe to it, coming from bands where it's mostly males. It's refreshing to play with only females, and they're basically my family during the weekends because we gig a lot, and because of COVID we haven't been able to see each other, but I hope that we get to play together soon. But this next song is called Que Te Perdone Dios, and it's a ranchera that I wrote, and Las Colibri accompany me. And one special thing about Las Colibri is that they are a very traditional mariachi in that they play like the mariachi started, which is with no trumpets. So the trumpets are actually new to mariachi, and we're actually an all-string ensemble. So we have no trumpets in there. So if you ask yourself, where are the trumpets? It's because there are no trumpets. All right, here we go. This is Que Te Perdone Dios.
Te di lo que te di cuando te quise, las penas y alegrías de mi corazón, y tú con esos ojos traicioneros regresas a mi vida para pedir perdón. Pensaste que al regresar yo iba a caer rendida. Pensaste que cuando te viera me iba a ilusionar. Pero algo le he aprendido a esta vida, a curarme las heridas con fuerza de voluntad. Que te perdone Dios, que yo ya no te quiero. Que te perdone Dios, porque Él sí sabe perdonar. Me hiciste mucho mal y ahora ya es muy tarde. Que te perdone Dios, que te perdone Dios, que yo no puedo perdonarte. Eso. En casa con la plaza, sí señor. Pretendo estar contenta porque no me queda de otra. Prefiero estar sonriendo a que me veas llorar. Ya no soy la tonta que algún día pudo haber dado la vida
por volverse a enamorar.
Que te perdone Dios,
Que yo ya no te quiero.
que te perdone Dios,
Porque Él sí sabe perdonar. Me hiciste mucho mal
y ahora ya es muy tarde.
Que te perdone Dios,
Que te perdone Dios, que ya no puedo perdonarte.
Oh my gosh. All goosebumpy here.
You're goosebumpy. All right, that's always a good sign.
Was that Susie harmonizing with you?
That was Susie harmonizing. Yes. Yes, and those arrangements are Pepe Martinez Jr. Of course, that's her husband, but he's also a veteran of Mariachi Vargas.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them have shared the stage here at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, so we're all in good company here. Was that an original one that you wrote? Or?
This is an original song that I wrote, yes.
Gosh, incredible. Well, thank you for that one.
Thank you.
The next one, again, another one centered with females, going with your girls. Tell us a little bit about it, please.
Well, this is a song with the mariachi from New York City. This is on East Coast. This is a song that I wrote for my first album, but when I ended up touring with them 2018 and 2017, no, sorry, 18 and 19, I actually introduced this song to them, and we did it as a mariachi form, but this song is actually, there it is, it's called Puerta del Sol, and this is with mariachi Flor de Toloache. I'm actually going to do my original version of Puerta del Sol, but you guys can please check out the music video for this track. It's so dear to my heart because the story behind the video is this: there's this hardworking mom who's a housekeeper, like my mom was. My mom was a housekeeper all her life and put food on the table for us with her hard work. And there's this little girl who is left home alone most of the day, and she's left to kind of feed herself. She heats up this this cup of noodle soup, and she sits down and she turns on the TV, and then she sees Mariachi Flor de Toloache singing, and she gets so inspired to just follow her dreams. And it's almost like the mariachi gives her permission to start daydreaming and kind of creating her own universe. So yes, you guys can check it out. Go to Nancy Sanchez Music on YouTube and check out Puerta del Sol featuring Mariachi Flor de Toloache. So this is called Puerta del Sol in its original form. Here we go.
Encuentro el mar, no encuentro la brisa, no sale el sol, siempre voy deprisa y quiero imaginar que hay otra salida y quiero imaginar otra despedida. Mis palabras quieren dibujar un arco iris por la vida y por la sal. Mis palabras quieren dibujar un arco iris por la vida y por la sal. Puerta del sol, puerta de hoy, esta puerta no se puede abrir con solo el sol. Puerta del sol, puerta de hoy, esta puerta no se puede abrir con solo el sol. Tus ojos sumidos yo puedo ver, tus labios partidos yo puedo ver, tu piel transparente yo puedo ver, tu risa en mi gente. Basta solo un día para saber la diferencia entre el azúcar y la miel. Basta solo un día para entender la diferencia entre el azúcar y la miel. Puerta del sol, puerta de hoy, esta puerta no se puede abrir con solo el sol. Puerta del sol, puerta de hoy, esta puerta no se puede abrir con solo el sol. Puerta del sol, puerta de hoy, esta puerta no se puede abrir con solo el sol. Puerta del sol, puerta de hoy, esta puerta no se puede abrir con solo el sol. This is Jimmy Morales on key. Se puede abrir con solo el sol. Puerta del sol, puerta de hoy, esta puerta no se puede abrir con solo el sol. Puerta del sol, puerta de hoy, esta puerta no se puede abrir con solo el sol. Puerta del sol, puerta de hoy, esta puerta no se puede abrir con solo el sol. Thank you, thank you.
Well, we got from Jimmy Morales. Thanks for the shout out.
Jimmy, you're watching. Hi, Jimmy. Of course, he's such a talented piano player, and he really, really made the song just pop. And so thank you for that.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we're at the last song. We've gone a little over our usual time slot, but that's cool. You know, we control things here at La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, and hey, it's a Friday night, right?
Friday, yeah. Quarantine Friday.
All right, tell us about your this last song that you're gonna play. It's the title track of your album. And where did
Yes. Well, actually, the song came first, and then the album name. I collaborated with the song with Joaquin Pacheco, who produced most of the album. He came up with this awesome just musical background that I really, really took to, and then I started writing melody and lyrics to it. When we wrote the song, I was like, I think it needs something else. I think it needs somebody's voice in there. So we decided to hook up, call to see if he was available and willing to do it. Mr. Olmeca, who is LA native, but he lives in Las Vegas. Do you know Olmeca? Yes? Isn't he such a great artist? I sent him the track and I said, hey, are you interested in maybe laying down some verses? And he said, of course, I love it. And he laid down some verses, which are awesome. And yeah, we ended up just collaborating all together in this track. When quarantine hit, I said, let's put an album out. And then since this song was like at the moment just like so fresh, and I felt like it really represented the whole I guess feel of the album. It's called La Gran Civilización. I was inspired by the great Aztec I guess culture, and but that's not to say that the song does not represent it. It really does represent all indigenous cultures, and the main message of the song is lo que brilló en el pasado, what shined in the past, nunca deja de brillar. It will never stop shining. And basically I'm saying that we come from wonderful indigenous cultures, and we are still here, and we continue to shine because we shined before, and we will continue to shine until forever.
Beautiful message. All right, let's hear it.
All right.
Vienes de una gran civilización, descendiente del Azteca, de la gran Tenochtitlán. No te olvides de la raíz ancestral, lo que brilló en el pasado nunca deja de brillar.
De que les digo una cosa, que quede claro en este mundo: mi cultura es mi tesoro, mi color y lo que expreso, mi esfuerzo y mi empeño. Ey, cuesta más que el oro, por eso me dicen tesoro. Quieren lo que tengo
yo.
Mi cultura profunda, sobrevivo, sea vivo de más. Recuerdo, traigo lo que queda atrás. Conclusivo es que yo soy capaz de crear y dejar una huella para el futuro, una vida estelar. Mi gente luce como una estrella porque nunca deja de brillar.
Todo lo que brillo nunca deja de brillar.
Porque nunca deja de brillar.
Todo lo que brillo nunca deja de brillar. Vienes de una gran civilización, descendiente del Azteca, de la gran Tenochtitlán. No te olvides de la raíz ancestral, lo que brilló en el pasado nunca deja de brillar. Síguele, síguele.
Síguele, síguele, síguele.
La serpiente va a proteger. Córrele, córrele.
Córrele, córrele, córrele.
El conejo no te va a alcanzar. Tú no te escondes. Tú no le tienes miedo a nada.
No, no le tengo miedo a nada. No respeto vida hincada. Solo tengo una de ellas, no será vida negada. Llego hasta fines del mar para lograr una meta y buscar descendencia de reyes tan rica que va más allá de las ruinas que van a explorar.
Todo lo que brillo nunca deja de brillar.
Porque nunca deja de brillar.
Todo lo que brillo nunca deja de brillar. Vienes de una gran civilización, descendiente del Azteca, de la gran Tenochtitlán. No te olvides de la raíz ancestral, lo que brilló en el pasado nunca deja de brillar. Nunca deja de brillar, nunca deja de brillar. Lo que brilló en el pasado nunca deja de brillar. Nunca deja de brillar, nunca deja de brillar. Lo que brilló en el pasado, lo que brilló de brillar. Nunca deja de brillar, nunca deja de brillar. Lo que brilló en el pasado, lo que brilló. Nunca deja de brillar, nunca deja de brillar. Lo que brilló en el pasado, nunca deja de brillar.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Abelardo. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful to En Casa con la Plaza. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for giving me this platform to share my music, especially during these crazy COVID times.
You're right. No, this is it's essential. We have a few comments here, but before we do that, I'm going to ask you a question from one of our
Yes.
loyal listeners, who happens to be the CEO of La Plaza de Cultura y Artes. John Echeveste asked, who were some of your jazz inspirations, and do you plan to record any jazz?
Both great questions. Well, let me tell you a little story first. The first time I took a vocal stylings class, I was 17 years old, straight out of high school. And the first thing my teacher did was she sat us down and she put Ella Fitzgerald on. She put How High the Moon. And then she started doing this thing with her mouth. And I was like, what is she doing? What song is this? What's happening? What's going on? I grew up in a Mexican home. I really didn't know what jazz was. I thought I knew what jazz was, but I really didn't know. And that was the first moment where I said, I love jazz so much. She was singing How High the Moon, and she was scatting. I didn't know what scatting was. I was like, what is she doing? Is she saying words? What's going on? So definitely my main influence is Ella Fitzgerald. I actually also do an Ella Fitzgerald tribute that I've taken to Mexico City a couple times. So I love her. I love Sarah Vaughan. I love Billie Holiday, of course. I'm a big Nancy Wilson fan, and I know she just passed away very recently, but I love Nancy Wilson with the Cannonball Adderley Quintet. That's a tongue twister right there. And of course, Frank Sinatra and I love classic singers. I love Peggy Lee. So yeah. And am I planning to record a jazz album? That is in the works. It's on my to-do list. I'm putting the songs together and just really kind of sitting with them and really figuring out what I want as a concept for this album. But yeah, it's definitely in the works.
Well, when that happens, we got to have you back. When La Plaza de Cultura y Artes, as you know, we're closed right now, along with a lot of other institutions and organizations. We're all waiting for us to reopen, but until then, and even after that, we're going to continue these En Casa con La Plaza sessions. So I'd like to thank you, Nancy, so much for being our special guest today, for your performance. Very inspiring. And I love your set. I know we need a little work here. Great production. The sound was perfect. And thanks to Mark Torres for introducing you to us. And it's a simple, all of you out there, artists, musicians, if you have something to say, just reach out to La Plaza de Cultura y Artes and you may come on En Casa as well.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you for complimenting my set. I forgot to turn on these little lights. I got some lights going on, but I forgot about them. But please, you guys follow me on Spotify, on YouTube, and check out the movie In Other Words. It's out September 8th. I wrote the theme song for it. And also I have a protest EP coming out very, very soon. I'm going to be releasing my first single next month. And it's a very, very special EP that I'm going to be sharing very soon. So follow me on Spotify, on Instagram, all the social medias, on Nancy Sanchez Music.
All right. Well, thank you. And now it's time for our little commercials as well. Thanks to all of you out there for tuning in. Jim and Nora out from Hayward, Jaime and Liz from Austin, Texas, Tony from Huntington Beach, Patrick and Lynn from Mexico. All of you out there who've loyal En Casa con La Plaza visitors, if you're enjoying our En Casa sessions, please join as a member of La Plaza. Our members make these programs possible. So I'm going to put a little link here on the chat and on our Facebook comments. Make it easy for you to click and see what you could do as far as helping us out while we're in this difficult times. But we do want to thank our sponsors, SoCal Gas and California Humanities and the National Endowment for the Humanities, as part of the CARES Act, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security, Economic Stabilization Plan for 2020. Got to have a really nice comment here just on that theme. If I could find it, it's in here somewhere. Thank you for sharing your music with us, and thank you, La Plaza, for putting this together. We need beautiful music right now more than ever. So with that,
I agree.
Please, if you came in late to the session, I was doing a lot of clicking, inviting people to join us. You'll see, you could catch this on our Facebook page. It's on recording now, and when we finish, it'll stay on our Facebook page. We also are recording it to place it on our YouTube page, youtube.com/LaPlazaLA. On our website as well, we have all of our sessions. I think we're nearly at 50 sessions so far. We started late April, and here we are.
Wow, that's amazing. That's great.
Yeah. But I'm gonna just another commercial, show you what's up for next week. Here's next week's program. Every Monday we have En Casa con La Plaza Cocina, which are cooking demos, also beverage demos. But we're having Lola Dweck from Lola's Cocina, which is a really influential blog. She'll be demonstrating breakfast molletos y agua fresca. On Wednesday, the 5th, at 7 p.m., we have the return of Dr. Gloria Arjona, a lecturer, entertainer, and author, talking about Jose Guadalupe Posada and his literary calaveras. You know him for his etchings depicting Dia de los Muertos, but she recently wrote a book where he talks about politics, epidemics, racism, and so on. And this will be a bilingual program. Then finally, Dan Guerrero, the return of Dan Guerrero with his happy hour. You know, he gets a little happy there with a real special guest, Edward James Olmos, el padrino de cinema. So that's, you can check out all of these and all our other sessions at our website, lapca.org or laplazala.org. And please keep up with us. We'll keep up with you. Thank you again for appearing on En Casa and bringing this beautiful music to us. All of you out there, hasta la próxima.
Thank you so much, Abelardo. Thank you, everybody, for watching and for tuning in. Thank you so much.
All right. Buenas noches. Bye-bye.